Welcome everyone to a new market update in which we're going to discuss Bitcoin today as the market is correcting and we are still acting inside a range. So what's next to happen on the markets and what has been happening here? That's what we're going to discuss in this small market update. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath and also like this YouTube update, as that's helping me a lot in growing this YouTube channel. If you want to trade alongside me with my strategy or get educated in the markets, do not forget to check out our platform, which is in the description beneath. Let's get to the charts, in which we can see that Bitcoin is not flipping 35k as support. As I said earlier, preferably you want to see 35k flip for support, or this entire block in general, as that would mean that you can get continuation of the markets in itself. However, if we zoom in a little bit more, we can see that we've had a slight fake out above 35k. So this entire breakout here could be classified as a fake out, given the fact that we couldn't sustain 35k as support. So based on that, you can see that we dropped all the way south. We see that we test the range low once again, as this was the range that we were acting in. We test the range low and we bounce back up, in which this previous resistance becomes resistance again. And after that, trend continues, small breaker, trend breakout south, right? Which is, if you go back in time, very comparable to what we have been witnessing in the entire rush upwards previously in the earlier stage of this year. We can see that we had this sideways action. So we had a range bound construction, couldn't break through it, make the fake out. We came all the way back down towards the other side of the range. We test that level for support, but we cannot break through the resistance that it used to be. And there we can see that we've got this small breaker, and then the trend south continued. So what is going to happen with the markets right now? Well, we can see that we've been acting inside this range. And if we zoom out a little bit, we can state that we are still making lower highs and lower lows. So the trend is downwards. However, if we zoom in a little bit more, we can state that we are making a higher low after the spring break, right? So we've made this higher low, and right now we are making higher highs. So what you're looking at for continuation of this pattern is that you're going to look at a higher low, because that would sustain any further upwards momentum. And then you get towards the Wyckoff structure that I've discussed yesterday, in which we can say that the area that I've marked here is pretty much the zone between 32 to 33. I'd prefer to see that holding, as this is the entire block and breaker. If this entire region doesn't hold, and I think it's a little bit smaller honestly, the last hurdle that we are going to test before any new lows are made is this range around 31. So 32.5 to 33 is something that I'm looking at as very critical support, as that would be a reclaim of the support area in general. And then this entire structure, or the Wyckoff period, is still valid. However, what we can see here is 28.8 is the last low. After that, we've made a new one at 30.0. 31 would still make a higher low, but here you're looking for another higher low, as that would grant further upwards momentum for a new higher high, as then you're making that staircase that generates further upwards momentum. So is the bull cycle over for Bitcoin, or are we further going with the bear market at this stage? Overall, we are still acting in a sideways range for Bitcoin in itself. And if you have seen my video yesterday about the Wyckoff period and the on-chain analysis, it is still granting you massive opportunities. And you should not be getting chopped in this entire range construction in itself, as range trading and trend trading are two different things. If you are a day trader and you are better in a range, then this is the game that you want to play. But if you are more into trends and you're flip-flopping your bias in general, you probably are going to flip-flop your bias at resistance, start buying there, while you want to short at support. So in this case, where do you want to look at for potential longs? Well, this entire green region around 32.5 to 33 is pretty much a nice entry zone, which you stop at the latest lows, in which you might even accumulate a little bit more at 31. But if that is lost, we are showing weakness in general, and then of course the levels that we have beneath us, those are open. So if 31 doesn't hold, or this entire range low is not going to sustain support, and you know that I'm looking at 32.5 in general first to 33, then the 2 second support zones are found at 23 to 25, and the second one is found at the all-time high in 2017. So right now we are looking at 33 and this entire region for a support area. If that sustains, we might be looking at a test of 38, and then we have another higher high. If 33 is lost, I'm looking at 31, and those are still for me long entries to take. Do I get stopped out? I'll be moving on to the next one. And still, also, if we do hold 32.5 to 33, the critical break that I want to see break here is 35. If that breaks, so if we get a path that we're bouncing back to 35, consolidate and continue the momentum, or we crack 35 in one go, next level is for me 38. So this is a very small update about Bitcoin. Nothing more to say. Tomorrow I'll be discussing Ethereum. Do not forget to subscribe, and do not forget to stay tuned on this YouTube channel by pushing on the notification bell. And don't forget to like this YouTube update and check out my educational platform beneath in the description. I'll see you again tomorrow.